Hello fans, welcome back to the Football Management Cellar. We've come back with a slight change of plan, partly because things have changed in the save, and partly because I may have just recorded the first two games without even having my microphone on. So I might put in some enthusiastically mute sound of me winning here. So sorry about that. Right, we are two days away from facing Newcastle at home. So we're at home. Our previous meeting with them was a 1-1 draw. They have run away with the league. We have got an injury-ravaged squad. Robertson is out, 3 months. Carr is out 2 weeks, so he will not be back. And we've got yellows all over the place. We've been living without our starting midfield partnership of Mullins and Keats, but things are going okay. Not only have we sealed a playoff place, but we've run down Birmingham. Everyone's run Birmingham down. They had to hang on in the end to make sure they were staying in those spots. But look at this. Third place, 2 to play, 83 points on the heels of Watford. Second place, 84 points, 1 point ahead of us. We were ahead of them coming into this recording until I hit, because we'd played Friday and we had won with a late winner against QPR. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go in fixtures. It wasn't that late. 73, Bobby Petter. So we needed that. Other than that, though, look, beat Tranmere for the very first time. We'd only scored one past them. Jason, you and Palencia again. We absolutely took apart Ipswich. Absolutely took apart Sheffield United. They've got some of our players on from the failed LMA manager save still. Look, Paul Devlin, Bobby Ford, Holdsworth. So we took them apart, as I said. Look, Ramirez scored a hat-trick in that game, but he's still struggling with fitness. This could be the game that costs us, though. They were pretty much bottom of the league at the time, Swindon, but they snuck this 1-0 win off us. We had a bit of a change up. We had Jason Cundy and we had him back. We had Durant and Ferguson starting in midfield, and I had to rest Yule because he's got that thing. Even though his stamina is quite good, if he plays a couple of games in a row, he's always then on like low 80s fitness. But we've got 2 games: Newcastle at home, Wigan is it home or away? I can't remember now, but we've got those 2 games before we can see, are we having playoffs or are we just going straight up? Will it be back-to-back promotions on the channel from 2 different games from the Championship? So we're not going to be looking at Mark Birchill. Here we go, Friday evening, we're on TV again. We've been on TV 3 weeks in a row. Hopefully that's helping our finances. Ramirez has resumed full training. I'm tempted. If you have a look at his goals, look, 10 and 24, I'm tempted to get him back in for this because we've got a few questions. So he's still in, so I'd never take him out. So I've got Kasky and Ferguson in midfield. So at the minute, we're good. I've got Jarman at the minute, though, in at left back. So Pearce has come back. So let's get Pearce in. And let's get Bramble off of the bench. I think we're pretty good there. Just as an update, Lee Hughes still not scored. So... yeah, I'm too disappointed to even but end on that. So here we go. Delou, Simica, Holland, Pearce, Clement, who's come in for Carr, who's out, Kasky, Ferguson, Luna, then Yule and Palencia with a bench of Jarman, Petter and Johnson. I've started to use Petter on the bench just because I can't always guarantee that Ramirez Luna is going to get through the game. So we're going to drop this down to fast. And we're going to see, can we inflict a rare defeat on Newcastle? They're already champions. They're already up. They're still playing Alan Shearer, though. Is that a penalty, did I just say? Oh, it was a free kick. Richard Wright's fine save. So we didn't even address Richard Wright. Ended up not selling him because the transfer window was due to close in a week. And it's not like the fancy new versions where you get a lot of time to do anything. And I was like, it's too great a risk to take, I felt like. Newcastle all over me here, though. What are they playing? They're playing their odd pull-out strikers formation, which I should thank them for, because it was them doing that caused me to adapt mine, which is what I have stayed with the entire time. And that is what has caused our winning run Look at that. Defenders are all... 3 defenders booked within 25 minutes. This is not part of my game plan. I'm feeling like we're going to need to... change something here, aren't we? Do you know what? I'm not even waiting to the half. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to tell drop Clement back in there. Let's try and match them up a bit more in that midfield. So we're defending. We are defending bravely. That's what I was trying to say. We need to get to half time. 22,000 in. Not had a shot on target. Getting battered. This hasn't worked. Am I going to this? Is this mental? It might be. Or it might be genius. I'm going to do it. I'm like, have I ever played a central striker and then told him to drop? Is this a false 9? It might be. Oh, Yule applies the finish, but nothing's happened. Maybe Ramirez Luna in that false 9 is going to cause them all sorts of problems and they won't know what to do with him. Cheeky Nando there. Sorry. So we've got to 60. I'm like, I've gone into coward mode here. Normally I would try and win the game. Richard Wright has parried that. We still only had that one shot. Richard Wright is... Yeah, I was going to say he's on a 9. Ah, right. There we go. That has made the decision for me. We are going to the 3-2-2-3 Masio-Ball, as I'm sure the fans know it as. So let's get... Right. Let's get Kasky off for Johnson. Let's tweak them around, and I'm going to tell Luna, I want you to push up into that spot. And with 10 to go, if it's still 1-0, I'm going to tell Ferguson to push forward as well. We're going to go for it. You can tell I'm nervous because I've stopped saying like even my usual conscious spew of nonsense has dried up. Right, here we go. Last 10. Let's see what we can do. Uh-oh. Corner kick. Right. Let's tell both of these, you push there, you push there. And we're going to bring Bobby on. How's Ferguson doing? He's not being booked. Tell you what, I'm going to take Luna off. I'm going to put Bobby on. Can he be the lucky 13? Come on, Bobby, you're Ipswich through and through. And then nothing has happened. Absolutely nothing's happened. It's the final whistle. It feels like such a disappointment to come back to. Now, if Ipswich... I've done it again. If Watford win now, that's it for us. Because we're already a point behind. So it means it will be playoffs. Club record attendance, though. Disappointing. Right, we're starting to get messages of the relegated teams. Charlton have been relegated from the Premiership and Leicester have been relegated from the Premiership. So those will be in the Championship next year. We don't want to be in the Championship next year because that means an end to our time with Ipswich. We are going to watch this game versus Wigan. I'm going to go... I've got a few players back, but I'm going to leave them on the bench for now. What I am going to do is I am going to rest Yule... So I want him for the playoffs, and I'm bringing in Hughes. Hughes, this is basically your final chance with me. You score today, or there'll be no playoffs for you most likely. So we are away. Get one of those famous Balti pies. Do they still do them? If anyone's a Wigan fan, let me know if they still do them. Lee Hughes under pressure. Something about a rocket, but it's still 0-0. He's done it. He's finally done it. I'm glad we showed this because Lee Hughes has finally scored. He's seen that the playoffs are coming up. He knows that I spent £1.6 million on him to get 0 goals. So could this be the Lee Hughes redemption for the form, not for his other misdemeanors? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm overlooking that because he's playing for me. I don't even know if it's happened yet off the top of my head. Right, Ferguson, Simica not doing great. I'm going to take Simica off because he's so key. Let's bring Jarman on. I'm going to take Palencia off again because he's key. We've got 1 sub left. Only 4,000 here. There are not much happening in that half, but a 1-0 win last day of the season after the disappointment that you've just missed out on automatic promotion. Annoyingly, where are Watford? Watford have won. Watford have done what I couldn't do. They've beat Swindon and have come onto the league, and I've seen straight away we've got Bradford. Of course we have. You couldn't have planned that. So look, we've ended up with 86 points. So we're 4 points behind Watford in the end. Birmingham have got back up. Bradford have sealed that. Spalletti is getting a vote of confidence. Hang in there, mate. Bradford have chosen player of play. Swindon relegated. Right, let's have a quick look. Oh, I was going to say, none of them have got it. I'm going to have a look, though, at George Nadar. Does George Nadar have a release clause? He's got a relegation. Well, he was already there for... I'm not spending that on him. Sorry, George. So we'll come back to them. Grimsby. Not a great-looking team, is it? Got Hendry on loan. They've got Brolly. Could do with him for all this rain that we've been having. Ipswich have been awarded 1.5 million for finishing 3rd in English First Division. And then we've got Bradford. So let's have a look at our game versus Bradford. It's 13 days away. 4 games against them. We've not beat them. What could go wrong? We've had 2 draws with them, lost to them 2-0, and we drew with them. So we've not beat them this year. Well, we've not beaten them at all. I don't know why I said this year. At least we didn't lose both games to them this year. So we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, and we're going to have a look at those first 2 playoff games. Since you've been away, Udinese have won the UEFA Cup with a 1-0 extra time win over Juventus. Hoping to win not a cup, but a playoff. I should have planned that out in my head. I need to beat Bradford. I really want to beat Bradford. So, sorry to our super fan, Keith. I really need to beat Bradford. Right, so it is today. We've got a few decisions to make. We've got a few people back. I'm going to click through. First leg is away. Robertson's out. Right, I'm gonna fire Keats in at wing back. I'm going to also bring Carr back in. So there's the start of my team. Mullins is back. So Mullins is going to come in. We're going to move Ferguson there and Mullins there. So Mullins is back in his right side. We are leaving Luna. We are dropping, despite his goal, Lee Hughes is coming out, but he is going to be on the bench because it has been ages. I know he's a substitute now, but it's been ages since David Johnson has scored for us. And then that's leaving us Jarman, Petter and Hughes on the bench. Bradford got their little 4-4-2 and the short passing. Right. I'm like, can I try and buy one of their players to unsettle them? Tell you what, I've not done this all year. And even though I keep saying to, go have a look at my team instructions. So free kicks, Luna or Ferguson. Free kicks, Ferguson or Holland. Ferguson is obviously not playing. Who's going to take them this time? I want to make sure that one of my forwards isn't taking them. I'm going to leave that because I'm not sure who's the second best at penalties. But here we go. I'm going to drop this down to fast. We are away. Valley Parade. It's a drizzle. We are quite good in the rain, it feels like lately, because it feels like every game has been raining, and we've scored. Jason Ewell, after 3 minutes, that is the perfect start to the first leg of the playoffs. They got Gary Kelly. Missed he was there. It must be the Gary Kelly. Oh no, it's not. It's a goalkeeper. Have they got? I was like, please tell me they've got Gary Kelly, the fullback in goal, but they've not. Oh, and Blake scored. I feel like he scored past us in one of the previous games, and they've started to push forward in numbers. Let's see what that means. I think it's just the arrows have changed, isn't it? Oh, Darren Ferguson is loving a yellow card at the minute. Jason. Big Yuli. What is that for him now? That is his... I was going to say that's his 12th and 13th league goal, but this is not the league. So I don't know where they go. We'll check afterwards. Are the playoffs the league or are they not? Because if these goals count, I didn't even check the golden boot in the end. I'd say Palencia has got a chance, hasn't he? Because he's getting 3 extra games than I was going to say Shearer, but he wasn't behind Shearer, was he? With Akinbaye, who was top last we checked. Good save, Richard. See, you're so much better off in Ipswich than Benfica, Lisbon. It is Lisbon, isn't it? I've got a Portuguese friend who's potentially on the verge of being very upset with me if that's not where Benfica are. So, what are we doing? Ferguson's on a 6 and he's got a yellow card. That is worrying me. But here's the problem: I don't have an out-and-out central midfielder to put there. I could fire Keats in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Keats in for Ferguson, and I'm going to bring Jarman on for Ferguson because the yellow card and the poor performance. I get that he's captain, but now I've got my strongest centre midfielders back. That Keats and Mullins partnership. Again, my unconscious spew of words has stopped. And Hayden Mullins has scored. Welcome back. It's another goal for him. I think that takes... I was going to say it takes him to 5, but it's potentially taking him to 4. But he's turned out to be a great signing in the end. And if we can keep this at 3-1 going into the home leg, I feel like that would be a huge step towards what we are aiming for. They've not changed anything. I'm going to keep as is, I think. I'm already now doubting myself. Tell you what I am going to do. Oh, we've scored. It's 4. Mullins is there. Mullins has scored again. And it is 4-1. There's 10 minutes to go, and I'm definitely doing what I was thinking about. Lee Hughes is coming on for Ewell. I'm going to cruelly take him off with the hat-trick right there. I'm going to put the team instructions on counter-attack. And I'm also going to bring Petter on for... Am I going to rest Mullins? I'm going to rest Luna. So, watch me get an injury now. Right, final whistle. Bradford 1, Ipswich Town 4. Pretty close on the shots on target, so we've been ruthlessly efficient today. Their goalkeeper has played a 4, ours has played a 7, and Keats has had a 9 moving around. What Ipswich through and through, that lad. He loves it. Loves this club. And Port Vale, that's not good for me because we beat Birmingham. We didn't beat Port Vale. Not only did we not beat them, they tore us apart. But there's the first part. First stage done. The first victory over Bradford. I don't care about second victory. I care about not losing. Not losing. Final time. It is game 2 though. Clement's going to be out. Let's have a check. Right. I'm going to leave it as it is. No, I'm not. I'm not. I've changed that. I want Pierce back. I want a real left-sided player. So Keats can go in there. And this is harsh on Petter, but I'm going to drop him. I'm going to go with Kasky on the bench so he can cover centre midfield and attacking midfield if he needs. So aggregate score is up there, 4-1. And let's see, can we close this out? Can we do a professional job and get through to the playoff final after being so close to being sacked? If you remember the episodes this time last season, Kelly does well. He's redeemed from that 4 performance last time around. Look, he's already on a 6. Yeah, this time last season, every click we were I was expecting the sack. And I feel like I got vote after confidence after vote after confidence. Now all that's gone away. This is where you should give your managers time. I still didn't check the top scorers. Hopefully we can save that for a final episode. Oh, Luna's just driven one into the side netting. I'm seeing a lot of our names on the ball. Not getting much shots in, but I feel like, despite the last 5 minutes of possession, I feel like we're on this. I should have checked before now what they are doing. Oh, Luna. So they're still on 4-4-2 push with the short passing. So they're trying to play the football still. I've got to admire that. They've turned up, not afraid, but they should be afraid. They should be afraid of Jason Ewell. Because look at this. I still don't know whether that's gone up because I already can't remember. But he scored. 2 goals at Bradford. 1 goal now, Portman Road. It's 5-1 in aggregate. Surely even I could not mess up from here. I'm like, when do I start to rest players? Great job, lads. Great job. Right, why is there less people here than when we played Newcastle, though? I get that's a funny thing to be upset about when you're 5-1 up in the second half of the second leg of the playoffs to get in the £1 billion game, or whatever the hell they call it, £100 million game. But I am upset. Right, I'm going to take Ramirez off. I'm going to put Kasky on. I'm also going to spin Ewell off. So I'm going to make those 2 changes now. Bradford look more positive. Right, let's see what they've done. Do they look more positive? No, they've not changed anything. I'm always trying to work out what that means now that I'm older and more into the idea of how the game works. I'd love a clean sheet. If it finishes like this now, with absolutely nothing coming up on screen, I would take that. Sometimes I'm going to let you into inside my... Oh, no. Inside my mind, sometimes I'm worried about like episodes being interesting, but I would take this. Where is Hughes? He's there. Right, so I've got Jarman coming on for him. What am I going to do? Right, this is what I'm going to do. Jarman can go in there for Holland. Holland can go there. I've made that a mess. I don't know what formation that is. I'm not going to lie. Kasky. Does that mean he's running into Valencia, or figure it out, lads? Figure it out. There's only 35 minutes left. What a time to play a new formation. Oh, Holland was bearing down on goal there. Reveling in his coming up from the back. Because he's basically been converted into a centre-back by me in this world. Nesovic, the brilliantly named. Richard Wright's punched that away. And then it's brilliantly held. Wright's having another stormer, isn't he? Now, if you can hear that echoing, that is not the home ultras. That is my 8-year-old playing Just Dance in the room directly above, which is fitting in well. Hopefully you can hear it. Otherwise, it seems like a weird comment to just make out of nowhere. But we've done it. Enough about Just Dance. We're going to be just dancing in the streets of Ipswich. I brought that around wonderfully. Look at that. 1-0, 5-1 overall. Bradford have been felled. We beat them when it mattered. It's not even raining. We've not even needed to rely on the rain. We've needed to rely on Richard Wright. The best decision I ever made was constantly delaying his transfer, because look at how he has delivered for us. Now, we've got a few things to be thinking about and worrying about heading into this final. For example, the fact that we've got Port Vale again. Lee Hughes is not going to play in that final. It's not. We're going to click through because I want to see it say Port Vale Grudge Match 2.0. There we go. Ipswich will play Port Vale in the First Division playoff final. The game will be played at Wembley, London on Monday the 29th of May. So next match, 9 days away. Past meetings. We are shading the past meetings. So maybe I need to dwell on this less. But let's have a look what they are doing. So they've changed formation, haven't they? They've not got the guys pulling out. I'm like, when does George leave? I've clicked on Carragher there nearly. That's not right. Where are you, George? Like, you've got a big move to Liverpool coming up. You don't want to be risking yourself in May. I'm going to have to do something about him. We are going to check the top scorers, because I said we would, and I'll know if I get next time. So look, 22 stats. So Gifton or Williams has run away with that for Watford. Adi Akinbaye, 23, and then we had our man in third. So he's outpaced Shearer. We'll give him that. But I'm about to do something probably very annoying to you. We're not going to play the final. That's going to be in its own episode. This episode here that you're watching now is going to go up on Monday, as I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stick to a Monday-Friday schedule now. If you don't like that, let me know in the comments and I'll change it. But I'm trying to find the best way of filming the episodes, editing the episodes, and getting them uploaded at a time that's convenient to people. I'm going to play the final, though. I'm going to have that ready, and I'm going to have that uploaded ready for Friday. So we're going to have this episode Monday. The final will be on Friday. If, however, this video gets to 20 likes before Friday, because I've never hit 20 likes on a video on this series, and I never ask for likes because I'm going to be honest, it embarrasses me a little bit. It makes me feel like a fraud. I'm going to just put this live. So if you want to see the final before Friday, make sure you like this video, and then that one will come up, and you'll see me either the redemption story versus Port Vale, or you'll see me upset with my hood up, leaving, because that will be the end of Ipswich, because we don't get promoted as per the rules of the channel. We will stop. We won't have a season 3. Thank you very much. I'll see you at Wembley.